Hello and welcome everyone to the VooPlayer Q&A weekly webinar. We are going to get started here in just a minute, but before we do, if you could just confirm that you can both hear my voice as well as see my screen, which should say VooPlayer Q&A on it, and then we can get started. Alrighty, it looks like we're getting some confirmations from people, so that's good. Hello to Armand, Kyle, Dean, Alan, William, Dave. Armand, welcome everybody to the Q&A session of VooPlayer. We're holding these weekly sessions as webinar calls in order to answer any questions that you as users may have, also to provide any training on advanced use cases that you would like to utilize VooPlayer for in your business, also to gather feedback from you guys as on how we can improve VooPlayer. We can talk about things that can be improved, ideas for improvements, new features that you would like to see, and so on, as well as to showcase new stuff that we've been working on. So today is going to be one of those sessions where we review something new that's coming. So stay tuned as it's a pretty big announcement. Also, regarding housekeeping, if you are unable to attend these webinars, replays are available both on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/c/VooPlayer, as well as on our Facebook group. So if you miss one, you can find them there. Also, if you are unable to attend the webinar but would like to have a question answered, feel free to forward that either to the Facebook group or to support@VooPlayer.com, and then we can discuss that in the following webinar. I feel like I'm missing something, but if I forgot something, somebody can remind me. So let's get straight to it. So for the past, I don't know, 6 months or so, we've been talking about what are some of the most valuable additions that we can add to VooPlayer, and over again, the biggest the most voted for idea on how we can improve VooPlayer was by adding the ability to personalize the data in videos. So over the last almost 2 months now, we started working on this, and we have a solid proof of concept, which I would like to present to you today. So this is not still available in the application, but it will become available next week. So I just want to kind of get it in front of you and maybe get some ideas on some potential improvements. So a couple of things worth noting is that we're going to have two basic methods with which you can personalize the data in your videos. So the first method is going to be actually, it just depends on how you want to provide the data for personalization. The one method is by providing that data in the URL, and the second method will be by connecting your CRM or autoresponder or wherever you have customer data stored. So I'll show you both of those actually. So for this demo, I'll just grab this. This is a video of the NVIDIA's new headquarters offices. So we'll just use that just to like personalize the video for new employees coming into the offices. So I'll just we'll call this video "Welcome to our offices." I just create it. So it starts off with a nice opening scene. Actually, let me just clear that so we can just start off from scratch. I was working on this a little bit earlier just to prepare. Let's just start from scratch. So we're going to start with a fresh, brand new video, which has a nice opening scene of the office headquarters that we are welcoming our employees to. So let's just look at that opening scene. So at this point, I would like to show a welcome message to new employees coming to my office, or whatever your use case is, people coming into your product, and however you want to utilize any of the data that you have stored on your customers. So I'll go ahead and create an overlay on this video, and I'll use you can use any of the, so right off the bat, good thing to note is that the personalization feature is first rolling out to the overlays. And after that, we're going to expand its utilization to all of the other features such as gates and funnels and so on and so on and so on. So the end goal is really to make any piece of data available in WooPlayer customizable and personalizable. So I'll just select this overlay for us to get started with, to play with it. So I want to show new employees which are coming into an office a nice welcome message for them. So let me just kind of position this. So here's where we're going to have it, and just add a nice animation to it. Bounce in from the left side. So this is what it's going to look like. So here we go. So my headline for this overlay is going to be "Welcome to our office," and I'll, as you note, have a new option over here next to every input, which allows me to add personalized data. So at this point in my video, I don't have any any data sources connected. So the only, and I'll show you later on how to do this. So for now, the assumption is that I'm working with the URL provided data. So I'll come over here to add a new data parameter, and you can provide your own custom values, or you can use one of the predefines that you have. So for this example, it'll be pretty simple and easiest to provide the person's name, and you can also provide a fallback value in case that person's name is not available. So for the fallback value, I'll just say welcome to our office employee number one. Why not? So that's going to be my fallback value, and this is what it's going to look like when there's no personalized data available. So okay, so let's just save this and take a look at how this is going to look like. So let me just save this video, and we can just go to the watch page for it and take a look at it. So let's just load it up. So here's the opening scene of that video, and it says, "Welcome to our office employee number one," because we have no personalized data available. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to provide that person name attribute is going to be whoever, let's say Bill. And then when we look at the video, then all of the parameters for that personalization are going to start being replaced with these values. So when I look at the video now, we can see instead of it saying "Welcome to our office employee number one," it's going to say "Welcome to our office Bill." So again, just to kind of reiterate over this, just to make sure that everybody got it. So the idea really is that you can provide sort of custom attributes and placeholders inside of overlays, and soon enough anywhere inside of WooPlayer, and you can replace those placeholder values by providing URL parameters either on the watch page, or if you have a video embedded on your site, in the URL of your page. So that's kind of the first way in which you can provide personalization for any of the content in the overlays. And as I mentioned, you can, so if you wanted to go a little bit further than this, you can say "Welcome to our offices, employee number one. We're excited to see you in," and then I can provide a custom attribute which doesn't have a predefined value. So let's call this office location, for example. And if there is not an office location provided, let's just say NYC as the default value, and let's just save that and save the video. So that's what it's going to look like without the personalization values. But when you provide, so let's say an office location equals, for example, Austin. Let's just take a look at it. "Welcome to our office, Bill. we're excited to see you in Austin. So it takes the all of the parameters which you provide in the URL, and it gives them to you in the video. So I see some questions are coming in. So let's see if I can answer any of them before moving forward. So Graham is asking, not sure, but did you say that this would work with funnels too? Yes, one of the features that we're looking to expand this first to is going to be funnels. Actually, video locks, and then after that, incoming is going to be funnels. Demore is asking, how do we get this custom personalization parameters from our email service, as I will have people opt in via email opt-in form that is not from WooPlayer. So that's the next thing that I wanted to show you. As I said, there's going to be two ways in which you can kind of provide custom data. One is via the URL, and the second one is via your custom integration. So that's kind of the idea with the URL personalization. And just to kind of maybe highlight some more use cases of this, you don't necessarily need to only replace the text values. You can use those custom parameters in URLs. You can use those custom parameters in images, and anywhere really where you would want to. So that's the first way. You can specify the keys which you want to replace inside of WooPlayer, and then you can replace them via the URL parameters. So that's great. So let's now look at the integration with an existing CRM or autoresponder service you have. So I'll go ahead and create a new video. We'll leave this one as is for now. So let me just create one more video. So there's going to be welcome to our Office integration, just so we can sort of separate it from the original one. So the previous one was with URLs. So now I want to show you how we're going to be able to personalize the data using an integration with an existing service where you have a connected what you call it, a connected integration, basically anywhere where you have your customer data stored. So I'm going to just come over here to advanced options and select personalized data. And from here, I can select one of the integrations which I have connected. So this is probably going to be a hot topic issue with regards to what services we want to support. So the first one we're rolling out is going to be intercom. So we're adding pretty big support for intercom service. Basically, intercom is going to now work with opt-ins, it's going to work with personalized data, and it's going to work with something else that I'm leaving for the end to show you. But we're going to have, here we're going to have intercom. Soon we're going to have HubSpot. We're also going to have Active Campaign in here, and we're also going to have MailChimp in here by default. So I know a lot of people are going to have a lot of opinions on those providers and what else we should add, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Good news is that we've built this sort of platform from integrating services pretty good, so the template can be utilized for other services as well. So again, if you have a CRM or an autoresponder which you would like to see supported with this personalization data, we do highly encourage you to vote on it in our ideas board, or from the application you can click on submit new ideas and just let us know which providers you would really like to see connected with this. So let me give you a demo of, as I said, first we're going to be rolling out intercom. So when you select a personalization integration which you would like to connect with, you can just provide a sample email. So let's just use Bill Zimmerman at enterprises.com. I think I spelled that correctly. So we can just test this integration just to see that it's working. So it passed, so it looks like it's good. And if you'd like, you can kind of see all of the data which we're able to pull for that test contact. So it looks like it has a lot of information, so that's good. So I can just proceed with that information. So same as with the other, with the URL customization, from there on, everything kind of remains as is. So I'm going to create pretty much the same overlay as I did the previous time. But this time, instead of me kind of specifying those values and replacing them, this is going to be a lot cooler and a lot more productive. So let's just leave it at that, and we'll skip the animation for now. So now I can say, welcome to our offices. And now when I activate this personalization menu, because I have a connected integration, this is going to be a little bit different. So you can see that now keys which are available are being pulled from Intercom. So for example, I have some placeholder values that are used. So for Bill, I have his name that I wanted to use here. So I can say, welcome to our office's name, and I can say fallback value is still going to be employee number 1, for example. So we can save that. Why not do something else? Let's replace that image. So welcome to our office, Bill Zimmerman. So let's just show his image next to that. So let me find from Intercom, we have pulled in his avatar image URL. So we can use that as the value for what we want to show. So let's stop at that point. I think we have enough customization there just to kind of see this working. So I'll save this overlay and I'll save it again. And so let's take a look at, actually that's a different video ID. So let me just replace the video ID. So how this is going to work is all you would need to do is provide who you want to personalize this video for. So for example, in my sample, I was using Bill, but let's use somebody else. Let's use me. So I'll pull in, actually, sorry. So that's going to be the ID of the video. And all I would need to do is just provide personalized, personalized. Did I spell that correct? We'll find out soon enough. Gmail.com. So that's my email. So personalized, I think I spelled that correctly. So now when this video is watched by whomever's email you provided, then it's going to be customized for them. So it pulled my image and it replaced my name, directly pulling the information from Intercom. So if I watched it with who did we have originally? Bill Zimmerman at nwenterprises.com. Then all of the data which would be replaced inside of that would use his personal information. So let's take a look at that. So now it's using Bill's information. So this is a pretty cool way in which you can call up all of that data which is stored in the CRM. And of course, the benefits of that is that the data can be much more dynamic and you can update it consistently throughout the flow rather than worrying about it. So this is something that we think has a lot of value with different connected integrations. And as I said, the first one which we're rolling out is going to be Intercom. But the use cases of this are really infinite. You can, if you have stored data on, for example, their company info, I can see welcome to our offices, Bill. Let's see if Bill has a company name. So great to have, let's say, insert the company name here. So let's see if I can pull up the company for Bill. Company. So Bill is working currently at IMW Enterprises. And as a fallback value, I can say your company onboarded. So then it pulls in the company information. So any data that you have stored on that contact, be that their company info, be that their purchasing history, be that what have you, you can utilize all of that data dynamically inside of these overlays. So that's kind of the first thing that's part of this personalization effort. So that's the first thing. So as you know, we'll just replace this, and Bill has been watching this video and it's been personalized for him. So that's kind of the first aspect of the personalization, and that on its own, it's pretty huge. However, the cherry on the top here really is, so I want to show you. So we're going to take a look at Bill in our CRM in Intercom. So let me just pull him up. Let's just find Bill Zimmerman. So we can see that Bill Zimmerman is our contact, and the fun part is the cherry on the top is that we are going to be updating those contacts with the event data and metadata associated with their video views. So we can see that Bill has been watching Welcome to Our Office integration video, and he watched 1.57% of that video. So for all of the integrations which we're connecting, so for Intercom, we're going to be sending events. For HubSpot, we're also going to be sending events back to that contact. For ActiveCampaign, we're going to be forwarding for ActiveCampaign, and for MailChimp, we're going to be sending over tags with the data on the videos which they're watching. So this is going to kind of bring together sort of an end-to-end integration of, hey, you're kind of able to capture lead information with WooPlayer. So you're going to be able to, with the opt-in gate or any other opt-in inside of WooPlayer, you're going to be able to capture a user and send them to Intercom, HubSpot, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Then you're going to be able simply just to forward their email to the name to customize their experience and personalize their video viewing experience and so on and so on. But you're also going to get all of the data associated with their views directly inside of your CRMs, meaning that you're going to be able to filter inside of your CRM, say, hey, give me everybody who watched video Welcome to Our Office for more than or for less than 50%, and then create create actions based on that. So that's kind of the idea behind this template for connecting services to personalization. Excuse me. So I hope that makes sense. And as I said, we're going to slowly start rolling this out next week, first with the URL custom personalization, and after that, we're slowly going to start rolling out these integrated services, first Intercom, then HubSpot, and so on. So, all right, so I see a lot of questions have piled up in the meantime. So let me get to some of these. So Stephen is saying, Video Remix pioneered template-based personalized video a couple of years ago. Lesson learned, you need bigger fonts for phones. Hope you test the beta version on all devices. Maybe there might be a choice of sizes and fonts. So WooPlayer overlays are more or less designed to work ideally regardless of any size. So as you can see, if I have a pretty big screen, that becomes bigger. If I have it smaller, it's going to become smaller. So that's our solution, holding at resolving issues with different screen sizes. Demori is saying, I'm using ConvertFox, so it would be great if it would work with this. Somebody else mentioned ConvertFox. I'm not sure who that was. Demori is saying also, if it is connected to a user personalization, can we see unique video viewing stats to see how long they watched, etc.? Yeah, so I answered that at the end by saying that your CRM is going to get the event data associated with the views from that person. Sending Blue is another email service worth considering. Never heard of it, but feel free to submit it. Nice point from Demori, to know data of one viewer. So it seems like we were a step ahead of you on that, so that's good. Are these personalized videos rendered in real time? If so, will there be a spinner in case of delay? Will a CDN enterprise perhaps provide a improved user experience? Are these videos rendered? So these videos are not actually, so the overlay itself, it's not a part of the video source, so there's nothing really to render. As we're getting the data for the content in the video, we're also just pulling the data from the CRM. So it would be silly to re-render the video, but the actual content is replaced in real time, and that's all done before the video is played. So there's no delay on viewing that. So it's an instant replace of text strings with text strings inside of the code. So no, there shouldn't be any delay on that. Shade is also saying ConvertFox. Guys, I think actually, if I'm not mistaken, let me just look at under consideration. ConvertKit. We had ConvertKit. That wasn't ConvertFox. Do spam us. Submit an idea. Would like to see ConvertFox supported in personalization, etc. Just add support for thus far. So as I said, we're adding intercom, as that's something that we've been working on for a while in the background. We're also going to be adding ActiveCampaign into this. We're going to be adding HubSpot, and we're going to be enhancing the MailChimp integration. So do keep spamming us with ConvertFox, and I'm sure if we get enough votes for it, that's going to raise some eyebrows, and then we can think about adding that integration. I also mentioned ConvertFox to support a few weeks ago, and they said they passed this on to the team. It's possible that's already in the feedback and already collected, so we can, as I said, the more you spam us, the better chances of us adding an integration are. Alrighty, so that's kind of what I wanted to go through with regards to the updates of what we're working on. There's some other pretty cool enhancements in the background there. I mentioned them. We're also working on an auto-transcribe speech-to-text feature, which would allow you to, when say you publish a video and it says, "Hi, my name is Peter and welcome to my video." If you would save that for any reason, then we're going to have a service which is going to be able to recognize all of the text in that video and translate it to different languages and serve all of that as captions and so on and so on. But that's still some time down the roadmap, so that's also upcoming. Just wanted to let you know that as well. Alrighty, so that's it for what I had. I kind of went through this a little bit faster than expected, so let me just see if there's any other questions not related to personalization that you guys wanted to discuss. If anybody has a question, that's one thing that I forgot to mention at the beginning of the call, is that the format of the webinar is basically, if there are any newcomers at any time that you have a question, just feel free to drop it in the chat box, and we can answer them in the order that they came in. So if there's any other questions, we do have about a couple of minutes remaining. So if you have a question, just let us know, and we can get to it. We're CRM. We think this is going to be really powerful stuff. Stephen is asking, I asked support a few days ago about below playlist option for mobile devices without a reply so far. Any chance that might be considered? The current left-right considers choices seem to go off the screen and don't display so well on my iPhone. Yeah, we're definitely considering different display options for the playlist feature, not necessarily just the positioning, but also creating more of a gallery rather than just a playlist with a list. So we're definitely have some significant considerations for potential layouts of the playlists, and I did see that feedback point from you, Stephen. So thank you for informing us for contributing that idea for the list being below the video. That's definitely something that we're considering. Alan is saying, thanks you lead the world in video platforms. We definitely try to stay competitive. +1 on what Stephen said. Lost audio, great news, thank you very much. Seems like Stephen heard me, so should be that audio is good. Alrighty, we're running out of time, so I want to say to everybody, thanks for joining this week. Hopefully you'll join next week as well, when these features that I've demoed today should be available in all of your applications, so we can go through it once more and maybe highlight some different use cases for this personalization. And also maybe you can think about it over the next week or so, and then come to that session with some questions, and then we can see if those use cases are covered. Alrighty, thanks again for joining. Hopefully we'll see you next week, and have a great week ahead. Bye.